Greetings, Benjamin J from Ben's Trains with another in the series. I'll follow up on that Marx 999 shell and motor that arrived, 14 bucks on eBay. Just did the unboxing, got it running. So I spent a couple minutes lubricating it, cleaning it, and this is the result. I had to replace the light bulb. Now, I've done nothing to this as far as a repair. Nothing. Just lubrication and cleaning. Nothing else at all. This thing had been sitting someplace for decades. 20, 30, 40 years. It's hard to say. It's 70 years old. So it's been sitting someplace for a long time. And surprisingly enough, it's been out of the shell. This motor is just absolutely filthy. So as you see, it is up and running. So basically a few drops of oil, some judicious cleaning. Now I'm going to drop it back into its shell and run it, which is what it needs. So I've got the shell here. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. Let's try. All right, there's the shell. Now, as you see, the shell is in decent condition. It's been abused, and it's absolutely filthy. It's missing the lens and the rear truck, of course. But in any case, it is, for all intent and purpose, complete. So let's drop this motor in here, if we can, of course. Hard to do this with one hand. All right. Grab a screw. I still have to restock my supply of screws. All right, grab a screwdriver, straighten this thing out. All right, good enough for the first test. So put it back on the rail, and we have a Marx 999 that is up and running, as you see. So let's put this on a consist. I've got a Marx consist right here. All right, front truck is on. So Marx 999, eBay 14 bucks. Made the guy an offer, he accepted. Let's see how this goes. Okay, that's 40% power. Yep, I've derailed the car. All right. As you see, it was worth what I paid for it. Even if I couldn't get it running, it was worth that much in parts. So, a Marx 999, 14 bucks on eBay. I've got a rear truck. I can throw a rear truck on it. I've got a lens for it. I can always put an epoxy lens in it. But the point is, don't overlook the junk. Guy had this listed for 25 bucks. It was on eBay for a couple of weeks with no bidders at all. I contacted him, made an offer, he countered, I countered, and I got it for $14. Difficult to beat that. So, now that it's running, it just needs to run. So I'll run it for, I don't know, 20 minutes, something like that, re-lubricate it, run it some more, get this shell cleaned up, and by tomorrow this is going to be running like new. No doubt about that at all. E-unit works, headlight works, it runs well, it's got plenty of power. That's still at 40% power, pulling, I think there's 10 cars on there. As you see, it runs really, really well. Still getting a bit of wheel spark. I haven't pulled the brushes out yet. But as you see, it was definitely worth what I paid for this thing. No doubt about that. It runs nice. A few minutes work. You can touch up the paint. First, getting it clean will improve it 1,000%. Touch up the paint and oil it. It's actually going to be a really decent $999 at a really decent price. So again, I've got to say it. Don't overlook the junk. You can do this pennies on the dollar by doing stuff just like this. You know, no repairs necessary. Lubing and cleaning, nothing else. And of course, I put a new light bulb in it. But as you see, it's running perfectly. And it's only been running a few minutes. This thing's been sitting for decades. Anyway, it is absolutely filthy, as you can see. So get the paint cleaned up, touch up all the scuffs, put a lens in it, oil it, put a rear truck on it. You have a complete running 999. So I'm happy with it. Always fun to get a new locomotive at a decent price and then get it up and running. As you see, it's far from perfect, but it was inexpensive, and in a few hours this is going to be running just like new. You know, it just needs to run. Get the brushes and the armature clean, get this thing thoroughly lubricated, let it run for several hours. You'll be amazed, this thing will run like it just came out of the box. The nice thing about Marx motors, you know, out of the last, I don't know, probably 15 or 16 that I've bought, I've only used one of them for parts. And as you see, this is running just absolutely perfectly. No problem with this at all. So a bit of cleanup, touch up the paint, oil this, get it sorted out. It's going to be a really decent $999 at a really decent price. So anyway, I just want to do a quick follow-up video. As I always stress, don't overlook the junk. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.